Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. How are you? Welcome to Lunch with Bruce. Geno Auriemma. Geno, it just took me literally about half an hour to read your credits. That is absolutely incredible.
Really? It took that long?
It did. Dude, you got 2 full pages here.
Really?
Yeah, it seems to me that you've been doing okay.
You know, I got lucky a couple times. And, we've had some really good players and all that good stuff. We play indoors too, so we don't have to have to worry about rain delays and slippery grounds and all that stuff. But
so before we get to the basketball, and you know, of course I'm a huge fan, but I'm going to bring in a younger broadcast professional to ask you a couple basketball questions.
Who are we talking to?
Right behind you here is my son Andrew Barber.
Come on, Andrew.
He is your biggest fan.
Come on.
And there we go. Give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
And so in a minute he's gonna be posing the actual basketball question. That's just
okay.
But what we wanted to do was talk first a little bit about Geno's cancer.
Do I have
team.
the JV chair here, or what?
Yeah,
you guys have the varsity chair.
There you go.
I got the little chair. I was just wondering why.
You know what?
No, I'm good. I'm good. You stay right there. I was just wondering what happened to my chair here.
Well, you know, it's like if you can maybe get a few more wins, you will graduate to the big chair.
I get the big chair. Okay.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Tell us how you got started with this, with Geno's cancer team.
I think a lot of it had to do with just people that were involved in the dinner that we had a few years ago. That was it started as a Coaches versus Cancer event, and we raised a lot of money for it. I think it was like $500,000 we did both nights, you know, something like that.
Wow.
You know, so we decided to go in a little bit different direction and do something, you know, and called it Geno's Cancer Team, and started out with a Kentucky Derby event at Mohegan Sun at my restaurant there, and the Mohegan Sun people were great. And then we got all the high schools involved, and we got different people around the state involved, and next thing you know, we had a great committee. Angela's been a big driving force behind a lot of this, and now here we are, you know, working with the Pilot Pen people, and they've been gracious enough to help us this year, and hopefully they'll keep doing it every year.
It must be so nice for you to, I mean, you know, you've been so successful in basketball, but to take that success and be able to channel it into something so positive must be a really good feeling for you.
It is. We can do a lot of things because we have a little bit of a platform to do it on. You know, we have access to this sort of thing because of, you know, people like Angela who you know, work really hard for it. And if we didn't win all these games, if we didn't have all these great players, then none of this would be possible. But since we do have lots of great players, we have won lots of championships, then we're able to, you know, come out and do things that help other people and make us feel good at the same time.
You know, I've asked several of the players that are here at the Pilot Pen this week, you know, they're playing at such a level, you know, in their sport as you are in women's basketball. Do you ever just wake up in the morning and go, my gosh, how did this happen? I mean, I know it's a lot of hard work, but you must just think to yourself, I'm just so blessed.
Yeah, it's hard to believe when you think about it. There's just no way to explain it, really. You can't just say, well, we work hard. Lots of people work hard. Or, you know, we have good players. Lots of people have good players. It's just one of those things that you just, even while it's happening, you can't believe that it's happening. You know, to think that we've gone 2 years without losing a game. That's hard to do.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's hard to do.
And I know I speak for a lot of people here, you know, Connecticut is not a big professional sports market, as you know. And what I've seen, you know, since I've lived here, is that UCONN has really emerged as, you know, the source of so much great, you know, activity in the sporting arena. Isn't that true, that we love the fact that UConn has given us so much prominence?
I think that's a big part of it. I think we live in an area where when I moved up here 25 years ago, I kind of got that sense that people up in Connecticut, you really don't have anything from a sports.
We got pizza.
From a professional sports standpoint, you don't own anything.
Right.
You know, the Red Sox aren't yours, you borrow them. The Yankees aren't really yours, you borrow them. It's kind of like living in New Jersey, you know? And where I grew up from Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, with the Phillies and the Eagles and the Flyers and the Sixers, they were ours, you know? Like, that was part of our deal. And then you come up here and you realize that everybody's in different, you know, going in different directions. Some are Giants fans, some are Patriots fans, some are, you know, Red Sox fans, some are Yankees fans. But once we got good at UConn, it seemed like everybody was a UConn fan. You know,
darn right.
You know,
yeah.
There was no arguing over that.
Any UConn fans in the house?
Nobody. You couldn't argue that. You still had some people out there that, you know, or Syracuse or Boston College or, you know, Providence or some of the local schools, but you know, you always have to have people playing for second and third, so it's good to have them around.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you ever pay for a meal in a restaurant?
Do I pay for meals in restaurants? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do, because they think I make a lot of money, so they overcharge me. I liked it better when I didn't make any money, then they felt sorry for me.
Here's another question. Well, now, do you pay when you go to your restaurant?
No. No, I don't. But I got to pay for all the people that come in that want freebies. So it all works out either way, you know?
All right, now would you be willing to participate in my young media professional development program right now?
Sure.
All right,
sure.
so let's get the old barber out of the chair and just...